experts have reunited at the COP22 in Marrakesh to share country experiences in reducing livestock emissions under the Paris Agreement.
This session was intended to bring together a range of countries with different experiences and to have them share those experiences with the audience to support South-South learning and capacity building. In preparation for the Paris Agreement, countries prepared intended nationally determined contributions. We know from analyzing those that more than 100 countries have committed to reducing their emissions in the agriculture sector, and 61 of those countries have committed to reducing emissions in the livestock sector.
Presenters shared their national approaches in monitoring, review and verification of emissions from the livestock sector.
Uruguay is a livestock country. We dedicate more than 2/3 of the total area of the country to grazing in natural grasslands, and we produce grass-fed beef for us, but mostly for international markets. 75% of all national emissions come from agriculture. We decided that the best strategy was to go for an approach based on reducing the emissions intensity, because we don't have technology available to produce more food with less emissions in absolute terms. But we have technology to produce more food with the same emissions.
Costa Rica, for the MRV system, we don't see it only for a subsector level. We see it as a national level. We have this system that we're constructing right now that is called the CINAMEC, but actually is a system that will recollect all information that we need as a country for climate change, for UNFCCC processes. We are now looking at that as negotiators, and we're looking forward for the way forward on Sub-Saharan agriculture.
So the highest emission we have is about 55%, which is a rural mixed agricultural system, mainly limited in the highland areas above 1,500 meters. And the lowest or small emission is we have the small and medium commercial, which is again followed by the pastoral and agro-pastoral systems. So the largest is from agro-pastoral and small, medium mixed agricultural system.
There is a lot of people behind livestock production, and it's in Brazil, especially on the dairy sector. Most of the farms are family farm holders, and they produce with their own labor. We need to help them to produce more and better, because they will benefit from this better efficiency also.
Robin Bai from Kenya summarized the key messages from the session.
Most countries rely on agriculture as a ministry of the economy, and in this case, particularly livestock. I think you may have seen that a number of countries here are strongly depending on livestock as a source of their economy and livelihood and for food. And in order for us to achieve food security, in all these, we require to have some intervention in particularly climate change issues that are coming up with. But then more importantly is the fact that despite agriculture being so important to the most of the economies of the countries, there is the issue of emissions. If you have good management, efficient management, like of a dairy herd, or even in the pastoral systems, if you have good management of pasture, so that you don't degrade the area, you can still be improving or contribute towards reduction. We don't mean you reduce your livestock, but you can do intensification, which leads into higher productivity in a small area, either paddocking, managing your pasture as well.
The challenge with agriculture has been that it hasn't moved out of the substa space. It has not moved into the UNFCCC mechanisms related to implementation, related to capacity building, related to funding, and really that's where we need to go now. I'd love to see COP22 produce a decision on agriculture for us to be able to move out of the space of workshops and just the country pledges to provide the resources, especially the finance, to enable countries to start to address adaptation and mitigation in a coordinated way.